How is it going, guys? Slippery Jim here. Welcome back to my Intergalactic Adventurer series here in modded Minecraft. We are back in the overworld here, and we're going to be doing a bit of crafting today to get ready for our next voyage into space. So what I'm going to be making is the Tier 2 rocket, which is going to be pretty epic and is required for us to get to Mars. And since we found the schematic for it in that moon dungeon, I'm also going to be making the moon buggy. So that's going to be pretty awesome. But another thing that I thought we would do, because what we're going to be doing is we're going to be heading back to the moon to start with. We're going to be setting up all of the energy storage modules. Remember how I said I needed about 120 to actually theoretically be able to power stuff through the long lunar night and keep it self-sufficient with the solar energy. So we're going to try and set that up and see how that goes. But also, because I want to be able to get to my launch site from my lunar base quickly, I'm going to be setting up a rail on the moon to get from my launch launch pad area, the landing site area, to my base and back without having to walk and try and find my way there, since the waypoints don't work on the moon. So we're going to make some stuff with railcraft, and for that, what we're going to make is the high-speed track. So I thought that would be pretty cool. It can be dangerous, though, according to the tooltip here. So I think they explode if you don't use them properly. So that's going to be interesting. We're going to need a little bit of railcraft type stuff to get this going. So I might actually craft some of this sort of stuff up here in the rolling machine. So I think we'll need some iron ingots here to get started with. I might grab like 2 stacks of that, and we'll whack some of that in there. Let's see, put that in there, and let's just whack a whole ton in there and get some of that happening. And I'll grab some extras here because I want to get some steel going as well in there. Cool. Let's chuck that in there and that in there. And I'm going to take a quick look up at... Actually, I think I'll need some of my... Let's see. So I know I made some compressed meteoric iron up. And we also had the heavy-duty plate. So I might need some extras of that. Let's just go see. Because between the last episode and this episode, we had to make a bunch of compressed iron and compressed steel and different metals up that we needed to make the heavy duty plate. So that took a little while. I did that in between episodes, and we have the tier 1 boosters that we need for the tier 2 rocket. We have the nose cone, but it looks like we still need, and I've also made up all these energy storage modules, by the way. I have a fuel loader to take with us. I might need an extra one of those, actually. We have some more heavy-duty aluminium wire and all that as well. Might need a few more of these fuel canisters. So I think we're going to need 4 rocket fins, and we're going to need some heavy-duty plate. So let's go get... and the engine as well. I guess the engine would be a good idea in our Tier 2 rocket. Let's better not forget that. Let's go through and make those things up. And I don't think I had any stuff for the buggy in there, so we'll make that up as well. Let's just see here. Heavy duty plate. Okay, looks like we need... I know we needed 10 of these, so I'm just going to get those going in here. I think we needed the meteoric iron. 10 of these. And... 10 of those. Work those in the electric compressor. Oops, what did I just do? Okay. Now, let's make some of the buggy stuff. So we need a buggy seat. Done. We need some wheels. 1. They don't stack, apparently. That's annoying. 3, 4. And I think it uses these heavy-duty plates for the rest of the structure for that. But we also need some fins for the rocket. 4 of these. 1. Oh, these stack. Good stuff. I don't know why these don't stack. That's kind of stupid. We needed the engine, didn't we? Engine. Is it called an engine? Oh, there it is there. What am I missing? Put a couple of these in there. There we go. Good stuff. And I'll make another fuel loader up while we're in here. Fuel loader. So we're going to need this for the buggy. We're going to have a separate lander for the buggy, so we can refuel that and stuff. Okay, we got these. Now, how did we go with the tires? They're still going. Probably going to need a lot of those, so we'll make up quite a lot. Okay, let's head over and put together the Tier 2 rocket. And we're going to need that and that. And our, let's just put, let's see. These away for now. And we'll grab these schematics that we found in the moon dungeon. And we have to build it in the NASA workbench here. So let's see. We put the schematics in here to unlock them. So I'll put in the rocket first. Unlock that. And then the buggy. Unlock that. And then if we go back in here, we should have the ability to put the stuff together here. So we'll make the rocket to start with. And we should put the nose cone in the top. Engine down the bottom there. And our fins. And we should have the boosters there like that. And then I think we have these like so. Tier 2 rockets. So epic, man. So epic. Look at it. That is awesome. Okay, we might put that down there. Wait a second. Why am I've got 2 rockets. That's got to be like some sort of duplicate bug. I think that happened when we made the Tier 1 rocket actually, but oh well, we've got a spare. So that's pretty cool. Look at this thing. That is huge. It just barely fits in the launch chamber, eh? Look at the boosters on it. We get inside. Man, I can't even see up to the window because I'm not tall enough. I could fit another couple of guys on my shoulders here. That's pretty cool. Let's get out of here. Alright, so that is done. Now let's put the buggy together. And the wheels go on the corners here. And then we have the seat, I think, goes there. And the rest of it is this stuff, I believe. Buggy! Sweet. That's pretty cool. Look at it. It's got a little dish on it. It's got kind of a pretty crazy looking texture to it. We'll put that in here for now. And, yeah. Alright. Now, some of the other things that I wanted to make, some extras of these. We should have enough wire and everything there. We've got 4 tanks going. I just wonder if I should make a couple of extra tanks. It might be a good idea. Just in case, you know what I mean. So let's go back in here and we'll start working on the railcraft stuff we need to make a railcraft track as well. Let me in here. Let's just have a look at this. Okay, you know what? That should be more than enough. Let's get some more of the steel cooking up. So, I'm going to make the heavy-duty oxygen tanks. Red wool. What are they? Roses we need? One, two, three. Can't remember how many we needed. 1, 2. Cool. So we got those going. What else do I think I might need? Let's... Oh, the other thing is that I made another set of armor here. So if you look at the armor, this is our original moon armor here. My helmet's completely destroyed and disintegrated. The rest of the stuff here is taking a real beating. So I'm going to put on my other suit of armor that I made up. So we got some fresh armor going. And I guess we'll recycle the old armor in there. Cool. Okay, so let's take a look at what we need for the railcraft stuff. So we might make up a minecart for us to travel in. Maybe a couple of these. We're just going to make the regular one. What is that? Iron? We'd have plenty of iron in there. 1, 2. We'll make 2. Just in case. And yeah, that should be enough. So I'm going to make the high-speed rail track, like I said before. And for that, we're going to need some different stuff here. There's a few different things here. I haven't used the railcraft track stuff before, but I think there's like, let me just see here. There's a boarding track. Now, I'm assuming that this holds the cart in place while you get on so it doesn't roll off and stuff. That sounds like something I'd want. Oh, we need some creosote for these ties. Finally! A use for creosote. Let's get some of the old creosote from downstairs then. And it sounds like my quarries are still working, so that's good. I haven't moved them for a little while. Okay, we got some creosote. Let's just put that back into the system. Okay, now we needed the, what are they called, ties? These things. Make a bunch of those up. 20 of those. Alright, so boarding track, train boarding track. What else do we need here? Pressure plates. Advanced rails. Okay, so gold, redstone, and standard rails. I'll grab some of these. Get a little bit of gold. And some redstone. Okay, so we put these in the rolling machine. I think it was like this. So that should make those up for us. Advanced rails. And I'll make some more steel up here as well. Cool. Okay, how are we going with those? Let's grab some of those out. Wooden. Make some of those up. Okay, so make 16 at a time, so we got plenty of those. Grab the spares out of there. Probably don't need too many more of those. Okay, so the other things that we're going to need are transition tracks. That's a high-speed transition track, and that is a high-speed track. So for these, we need the high-speed rails as well. So this is blaze, steel, and gold. Blaze powder. Got tons of blaze powder. All right, we'll have in a second because of our blaze farm over there. I haven't checked on that in a while. This setup here, it doesn't spawn mobs unless I am in the vicinity, so it probably doesn't have too much loot in here right now. What do we got in here? We've got a bit of that, a few of those. gunpowder, magma cream, some more miniature red hearts, all that sort of stuff, some gold, etc. So yeah, a little bit of stuff in there. And we'll just dump some of this stuff in here. So, gold. We'll grab some more of that. And the blaze powder. And the other thing was steel, wasn't it? Stack of each of those. And we whack these in here. So that should make a bunch of these for us. Makes 8 at a time for each one of those. So 8 times 21. Quite a lot. Quite a lot of these things. So for the transition, we need redstone. We need some of those. So if we chuck those in there. Now I think we'll make like 2 lots of 16 for these things. Need to make some of these rail beds up. Get these made up. 4. Wow, that didn't yield very many at all. 32. Well, that's a little bit more than I wanted, but never mind. So what these are going to do is they're going to, basically, they're directional. So when we take off from the boarding track, these are going to speed us up to the high speed. Then we're going to hit the high speed rail, and we're going to be going along on that. Then when we get to the other end, our destination, these are going to be in place there as well, but pointing in the opposite direction, the direction we came from. So then they're going to slow us down to normal speed so we don't blow up. This is all theoretical, by the way. And then we're going to be at our destination, and all should be good with the world. So we're also going to need some of these. I might need to make more of these up. Looks like I need more stone slabs. Just make a whole bunch of those. And we'll grab some more of these out of here. Alright, so we have our boarding track, we have our transition track, and we're going to make the high speed track now. And I'm going to need quite a lot of these. I think at least, I would say 5 stacks. 5 stacks. It might seem like a lot, but we've got a lot of ground to cover. I might need to make some more of those railbed things. Looks like I do, yeah. Unless, oh no, here we go. Yeah, it was just the slabs I was short on, so 10 more of those. 64. 3 stacks, 4 stacks, 5 stacks. Why am I carrying all those? Let's just get rid of some of this stuff here. And that. Okay, so I probably should power up this thing. All right. Get some more of those. So that's the 5 stacks. 6 stacks. All right. I don't know if I'll need some regular... Actually, I think I'll need some powered rails. Powered blaze rail. Natura. What the hell? Railcraft should have like a powered rail type deal somewhere here. Control track. Coupler track. Unless the transition track does the same thing. Start, stops, locomotives. These are all Natura. Priming track. Booster track. It must be the booster track. That must be what they call it. So, booster track. High speed booster track. Okay, that's what we want. So we probably want a bunch of these as well. What do we need in the middle of that thing? Some of these again. God damn it. I'm going to need to make more of these. Make some of those up. High speed booster track. Whoa. Okay. We've definitely got enough of those. So, we've got the booster tracks. We've got the high speed tracks. We've got the boarding track. We've got the transition tracks. Because there'll probably be like one corner that we need to get around without. Because I don't think you can go around them at full speed with this high speed track. We might need some regular tracks as well. I think there's like reinforced tracks. So let's have a look here. Steel and obsidian. Grab some of that. And some of that. And we'll cook this up in here. Like so. So that'll make us some of the regular like track that we might need to use to get around the corner. That's the machine there that I want to look at. Okay, so we'll chuck that in there, that in there, that in there. Get rid of that. Reinforced track. So I'll grab 32 of those. That should be enough for what we want, all right? So just enough to get around the corner, basically. I might need some of these, though. Just make some more of these things up. And I'll make a couple of these as well, why not? So I'd say we have more than enough track stuff now. We're going to need a switch. A couple of switches. And I might use obsidian as the material for the switch pillar. Just because there's a lot of space creepers going around in space. And we can put all this stuff into one of our backpacks here. So I'll whack them in here. That should be everything, the minecarts. The other thing that I noticed in Railcraft that looked pretty cool, Railcraft, is they have these cool looking lamps here. Look at them, they look pretty awesome. And I'm not sure if they will work in space or not. But if they do, they might look pretty cool, like lining the way on our rail. So I was thinking of making these frostbound ones. Frostbound blocks you make with ice and lapis. Let's see if we have any ice. I've got hardened ice. A lot a lot of hardened ice. But I don't think that's going to work. What we might need is, let's see if I have any snow. I have a little bit of snow. So I think we can turn this into ice using the compressor. Just double check this. Yes. Good. Good, good, good. So yeah, we should be able to make that icebound block that is unique to Railcraft. Was it icebound? Frostbound. Frostbound block, yeah, this thing here. So we need lapis for this. We just have to wait for that ice to get crafted up in the compressor. So while we're waiting for that, I'm going to head through and we might replenish the oxygen tanks. And actually, I might make up a couple of extra fuel tanks so that we can fuel the buggy up in space. I don't know how much fuel it's going to take, but fuel canisters, these things. 1, 2. Let's not go too crazy with it. They're fairly cheap to make, mind you.
Yeah, all right. Yeah.
Right. So, yeah, we'll fill these up. Put those in our equipment chest here. And I also wanted to get the oxygen collector. We wanted to get these tanks filled up. Put it in the right slot. Is that the right slot? Yes, apparently it is. That's weird that it accepted in the battery slot. That's kind of strange. Shouldn't take too long to fill it up. Got a fair bit of rocket fuel happening here now, which is good. Those two oil wells seem to have a fair bit of oil in them. Come on, man. I want to put the other one in before we go back. This is a really nice looking area now with the trees and everything. I kind of like how the trees like blow, like the wind blows the trees around with the weather mod and stuff like that. I've got almost like an arboretum here with all different kinds of trees. Halfway there. All right, I'm not waiting. I'm sorry. I just don't have the patience. We'll come back. That almost looks like a rocket there at the base of that. With the roots. Okay, so we should have a bunch of ice now. Frostbound blocks. Yeah, look at that. All right. So we'll make those into slabs. And then I think we can make these with just simply with torches. 30 of those. That's pretty cool. So let's see what they look like. That looks pretty cool. The only thing that has me worried is it's kind of like a flame-based light. So they may not work in space. We'll have to test that out. If they don't work in space, I might just use them around my base here in the overworld. Okay. Well, guys, I think that we are just about ready to head back into space now. In the next episode, we'll take the Tier 2 rocket and we'll head back into space. And we're going to be working on... we're going to be working on... Oh, look at the sun is setting. Very scenic for our outro here. Yeah, we're going to be working on getting the solar panels set up with the extra energy storage modules. So hopefully they store enough energy to last through that super long lunar night. And we can get self-sufficient with solar power. And I'm going to be building the high-speed rail link between the landing site and the lunar base, so that we can get to the launch site and the lunar base. In between those two areas, really fast without getting lost and having to go on foot, which we have to do right now. So anyway, please remember to rate and comment, guys. I'll be back in the next episode for some more Intergalactic Adventurer action. See you then. Sleepy Jim out. Thanks for watching.